Just one day after Jerry and Vera Woodman are gunned down by a man dressed as a ninja, detectives close in on their first suspect.
He became a possible suspect in the case due to his history as a home invasion robber, somebody that would use a gun, and that had used the ninja outfit as a concealment during his commission of the crime.
By interviewing him, we learned that he was within a half a mile of the crime scene at the time of the murders.
But the suspect has an alibi. He tells the detectives that at the time of the murders, he had just left a movie and had called his mother from a payphone.
Using phone toll records, we were able to put him in the phone booth talking to his mother at the time of the murders, and we were able to eliminate him rather quickly.
With the trail going cold, police interviewed dozens of the Woodmans' friends, family, and acquaintances. They quickly learned the Woodmans weren't quite the perfect family they seemed.
Jerry Woodman was a compulsive gambler. He gambled on everything.
He would go often to Vegas and drop hundreds of thousands of dollars in a couple of days.
He was a difficult man. He was erratic in his behavior and sort of a bully in the way he acted.
Then, detectives interview Vera's sister, Muriel Jackson. They're stunned. Without hesitation, she points a finger at the Woodmans' two sons.
She categorically told us that it was, in her opinion, that the murders were committed by Stuart and Neil Woodman.
Unlike their father, who'd gone from rags to riches, Stuart and Neil Woodman grew up in the lap of luxury, and they eventually followed their father into the family business. But their relationship with Jerry was fraught with bitterness.
They had a falling out within the family regarding Woodman Industries, which manufactured plastic that goes up in the ceiling over fluorescent light bulbs.
After a long family feud and a series of lawsuits, the sons won control of Woodman Industries, forcing their father out of the business he had built. Stuart and Neil renamed the company Manchester Products, but Jerry refused to give up the fight.
He started a company making exactly the same kind of products, hoping to drive his sons out of business.
The brothers, Stuart and Neil, and their father Jerry had a universally acknowledged explosive relationship. It was a tough relationship.
As crime writer Faye Kellerman knows, most murders are committed by someone close to the victim. Everyone in the Woodman family seemed to agree.
When Neil and Stuart showed up at their parents' funeral, they were met with suspicious glances and behind-the-back whispers. Some even called them murderers. Rest in peace? I think not.
As detectives dig deeper into the Woodman family business, they make a suspicious discovery: an old life insurance policy in Vera's name.
The life insurance policy on Vera Woodman was $500,000.
Jerry had originally set up the policy through Woodman Industries with the company as beneficiary. But when Neil and Stuart took over the company, they also took over the policy. Vera's sister Muriel tried to intercede.
Muriel had confronted Neil to cancel it, and he said, "Why would I do that? She's old. It's a great insurance policy." And he said, "It's inexpensive. If she dies next year, 5 years from now, we're going to get triple and quadruple our money."
So the sons kept the policy in effect, against their aunt's wishes.
As long as they were paying the premiums, the life insurance policy was in full force.
As investigators pore over the company's books, they soon discover the brothers aren't just callous, they're criminal.
We determined that Neil and Stuart Woodman were doing a accounts receivable billing scam with one of their local banks. And at that time, we discovered it was like $4 to $5 million that they had bilked out from this bank.
But despite their influx in cash, Manchester Products was sinking fast. The brothers were piling up debts from their lavish lifestyle and huge gambling losses.
Their wives spent money freely on clothing. They both lived in large houses. They bet sports like crazy. They bet on horses. They were spending money 5 times faster than they were actually making it.
When detectives talk to the brothers' employees, the picture gets even more disturbing.
They indicated that Neil and Stuart were always going around ranting and raving throughout their business to anybody that would listen. They hoped something horrific would happen to their parents.
People would hear the brothers yelling and cursing their dad, you know, like, that damn guy, he's gonna drive us out of business, and he's a crazy old man, and I wanna kill him.
And detectives wonder about something else.
We never got one phone call from the boys. Your parents are murdered. You're their sons. Why haven't you called the police to find out where the investigation is, who the suspects are? Can I help in any way?
In the weeks that follow the murders, detectives have a hunch that Neil and Stuart Woodman had something to do with their parents' murder. Especially after their mother's $500,000 insurance policy pays out.
This was real gall, the ultimate chutzpah, cashing in on your mother's death with the murder investigation still pending. But the Woodman brothers had no shame, more like no conscience.
After the insurance was paid to Manchester Plastics, we were informed that Stuart and Neil went to a local Mercedes-Benz dealership in Los Angeles and bought 2 brand new Mercedes-Benz for cash. So they spent $100,000 on 2 vehicles, and the rest of the money went into the business to cover some of their losses.
Vera's outraged sister posts a $25,000 reward for information leading to the capture of Vera and Jerry's killers.
Muriel went public with it with the newspapers, and then it was also on television.
Almost immediately, 2 former LA police officers respond.
They said, "We think we know who did this."
And what they reveal will soon take detectives on a long and twisted journey through the Vegas underworld and into the sordid lives of a nasty cast of characters.